all the other ways that I found. So before everybody goes, man, no, you do it this way and this way. You know what? There's a lot of ways. Check this out. I've done it like this. I've done it real close and flare out. You know, I try to do it to where I'm pushing it, almost like I have a bar. So what I find on rope, especially rope, the biggest thing on rope, the good thing about rope is you're able to move freely. You can go down, you can flare out, and you can basically pull outwards, which allows your muscle to be a lot more tense, to have a lot more tension onto that muscle. The problem though is because it moves around like this, I mean, they're like two dangling balls, you know? You're like, what are you gonna do? And they're always all over the place, you know? So it's hard to come up with a good secure place to actually come down and up to where it really hits your triceps really well. So this is what you do. Your starting position, first of all, is you need to be really close to the rope, okay? Don't be like this far, because the next thing I'm gonna ask you to do is have your arms glued next to you, okay? So stand to where if the rope was dangling in front of you, you wanna be, what is this, about 4 or 5 inches around? Somewhere around here, okay? So this way, it's right in front of you, because the next thing you're gonna do is have your arms glued to your side, okay? I want you to glue your arms to the side, and I want your elbows, if you notice, if you do this, my elbow is pointing outwards. If I do this, the elbow is pointing forward. If I do this, the elbow is pointing back. I want your elbows to point right down to the floor. So if you do this, see it's a 90, pointing right down to the floor. And don't do this, have your arms right next to you. Arms next to you, 90 degrees. So just right here, without moving at all, you already have tension because we got some weight, okay? So from here, glue to the side, I want you to come all the way down until you're locking out. Now, come over here and take a look. Notice the distance between my hands. Okay, don't press it together like that, okay, because then what that's gonna motivate you to do is push forward, okay? You're gonna have it separated at about 1 inch or 2 at the most, lock out. Now from here, watch my elbows. Right now, my elbows are still trying to point downwards. From here, I flare it out, okay? Flare it out just for a sec. Flare back in, come up. Okay, so now let's do this a lot faster. Lock out, flare, lock out, up. Lock out, flare, lock out, up. So I'm gonna put a little more weight to it, so this way actually feels a lot more normal for me. I was a little too light. Okay, this is a little better here. All right, get close to the bar or the rope. Elbows glued to your side, elbows pointing downwards. Come down, lock out, back up. This looks cool here. Okay. This we can see a little better here. Lock out, flare, lock out, up. Lock out, flare, lock out, up. Notice the whole time, arms are not moving much at all. I actually had to work a little bit on that one, man. Putting some sweat on. So that right there, the reason why it works so well is because you're creating constant tension on your triceps. When you're doing stuff like this, you're using a little momentum, you know, and when it gets heavy, what's gonna stop you from doing this? What's gonna stop you from using your lats? Look at your lats right here. Look at this. You think it's your tricep, but I haven't even used any triceps yet. You see? So again, guys, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that when you're working out, you gotta think about, what am I doing? What muscles am I using to move this weight? Because most people that don't think about it, all they do is think about moving it from point A to point B, wherever it is. And if whatever grows, grows. And whatever doesn't grow, oh, bad genetics, you know? Oh, they're my stubborn calves, or my stubborn this. Man, I've heard it all, you know? The reason why it doesn't grow is because you ain't working it. All you're doing is moving this weight. I mean, how can I do 2 arms and then now I'm doing 1 arm? Oh, I can move this weight all day long. Remember guys, wrap it up. Elbows locked in, get close to the bar. Do not move this arm, okay? That's the only way your arms stay tense, your triceps stays tense. The moment you start moving it like this, the weight is gonna travel everywhere else. Tuck it in, have your arms about, you know, your hands about 2 inches apart, 90 degrees, come down, lock out, flare out, lock, and up. Okay, make sure not to come up this high because now the tension is not in your triceps anymore. Always have it 90 degrees right here. Down. So when you get fast at it, you don't have to do a 3-step, but when you are, if this is your first time doing it in this style, or you're learning this technique, take it easy and do it a step at a time, okay? Trust me. If you do it too fast, you're gonna end up doing this. Before you know it, you're like, Mike, am I doing it right? You gotta follow the directions. Make sure you keep it locked, lock, flare, lock, up. Lock, flare, lock, up. Okay? If you do it like that, I promise you guys, the 10 reps that you do is gonna be more effective than the 100, okay, that you do with bad form, okay, every time. You wanna learn more tips on how to build muscle and get ripped up? Sixpackshortcuts.com, baby. See you there. Peace out.